videos. Hello and welcome to a new video. Today I will show you how I made a simple circle skirt and will explain some things so you can also make one. I promise you it's a very easy project. First you need to measure yourself. You need your waist circumference and the length of the skirt you want. You have to measure the waist wherever you want the skirt to sit later, and the length from the skirt you measure from that line down onto your leg. Then we need a little bit of math. The formula for the circumference of a circle is 2 times the radius times pi. If you switch the formula around, you get the radius is the circumference divided by 2 times pi, so roughly divided by 6.28. This is now the radius you need for the circle that will be your waist, so the top of the skirt. When creating the pattern for your skirt, the easiest way is probably just to draw a circle with the radius you just calculated on a piece of paper and use this as the pattern for the top of your skirt. When you trace the circle onto your fabric, you could either just lay the fabric flat and place the circle somewhere in the center to get a full circle skirt, or you could fold the fabric once and trace half of the circle, or fold it even twice and trace a quarter of the circle, so you just don't have to trace as much. I had to trace 1/2 circle and 4/8 circles because I had smaller pieces of fabric left, so I couldn't just do the whole circle. From the circle you've drawn, measure the length of the skirt that you want. Measure from a lot of points from your small circle, so you have a lot of dots on your big circle that you can connect. The next step is to cut out the pieces, or the piece if you just have one, and I decided that I wanted to add a waistband as well. Usually you would do it by just cutting a strip that is as long as your waist measurement plus seam allowance. I had to play around a bit again because I only had small pieces left. To get the height of your waistband, take the final measurement you want, multiply it by 2 and add your seam allowance 2 times. Once everything was cut out, I started to sew the skirt pieces together. If you manage to get a full circle skirt onto your fabric, you don't have to do this step, obviously. I totally forgot to film this, but I left a gap on one of the side seams, so I could put a pocket in it, which I then did. I just had a piece of fabric that was big enough when it was folded in half and sewn together on the edges that my phone could fit in. Then I placed the right sides of the pocket together with the right sides of the skirt pieces and sewed it in. I did those kind of pockets already in my other videos, the Winslow culottes and the Amalfi dress. So if you want to see better how I did that, then go check out my own videos. I decided to do rather big seam allowances so I could self-bind the seams, which I did by just folding the hem allowance twice away from the seam and then sewing over it to keep the raw edge encased in itself. Once all your skirt pieces are sewn together, pin the waistband to the skirt. I did this by laying the waistband flat, right sides facing onto the top of the skirt, pinning it, sewing around it, then folding the seam allowance of the skirt up towards the waistband, folding the waistband in half, and then flipping the second seam allowance of the waistband also up and under. So once I sewed over the whole thing, the seam allowances of the waistband and the skirt were encased into the waistband. Then I had to hem the skirt, which came to a whopping 4 meters of hem, because that's how circles work. Afterwards, I put in the zipper. I did not film this because it was a pain in the butt, and I tried to do it by machine. My zipper foot didn't work as well as I wanted it to, so I finally sewed the zipper on by hand because the skirt is not very tight on me, so there's not a lot of strain on the zipper anyway. You might have seen that my waistband is a little bit too long for the actual waist of the skirt, so there's a little overlap, and I did this on purpose so I could overlap the waistband and put those hook and eye closure in and hook it in place. I don't know why, actually, I just thought it would make sense to do. Let's see how the skirt turned out. I'm pretty pleased with the result. Have you ever made a circle skirt? Did this inspire you to make a circle skirt? If so, you can tag me in your makes on Instagram @sew_owl. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. If you want to see more real-time updates on my projects, follow me on Instagram @sew_owl, because there I post more regularly than on YouTube. So that's it. I hope I explained everything clearly. Until next time, bye! Or If you haven't subscribed yet, do that. Stopping the video now.